What do it do, YouTube? It is your boys, Frank and CJ, back with another video. Hey, before we begin, you know who it is. Pepsi. Sponsor your favorite YouTube channel. Yes, I'm drinking Pepsi today. No booze on this for this guy today. But
Good.
yo,
We won't have to. Well, we don't necessarily have a mute button that can take away what Christian says, but at least we won't have to worry about that for today's show.
yeah, I apologize. But yo, uh, one thing I wanted to talk about today, this is a Seibel Shoots, and Frank don't really have much to say on this subject, but I don't know if everybody heard that Quavo was dissed by Chris Brown, and one of the lines that he said was crazy how when uh, Takeoff died, everybody wished that it was you instead. And that's a crazy line to say to somebody.
Yeah.
Basically, and he also said like when they sat us at Fashion Week, they took everything I had not to ruin the money and beat your ass right there on site. And I'm like, dude, you guys got to fight. Like that's what this is. Like you guys can't. It can't be you guys see each other on the streets. Hey man, how you doing? Yeah, water in the bridge. You can't do that. Nah, it's on site. I
Mm.
hope I hope that nothing dangerous comes out of this, but uh, that's what I wanted to just bring up briefly. And then today I found something out here, Frank. So you won't be interested, but AEW. Have you heard about what happened to them today?
Yes, I've seen it. They've lost streaming deals and shit.
They've lost streaming deals.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to lose the TV deal?
I have no.
As I'm looking at my post on Facebook, Jay Hinsey, our buddy, comments, "But everything is great." In a sarcastic way. If you know Jay, you know that
Yeah.
that's not a sincere comment at all. Yeah. Yeah, so they lost their deals internationally, their TV deal internationally. And that's not good because that's a market that they need to really tap into, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now but now they're only here in the United States, and who knows for how much longer they're going to be here in the United States? The TV deals here. Because I think their next one is up this year, if I'm not mistaken.
What, their TBS deal?
I believe it is. I could be wrong. Let's Google this right now.
See, but we live in an era now where if a wrestling company loses a TV deal, they can get any. There are so many channels nowadays that it doesn't mean they're going to get a big TV deal, but look at what Impact or TNA, they're TNA again. Look at what TNA did after they lost their Spike TV deal. They're still around. They went to
that's true. They
Destination
just bounced
America,
around.
Pop. Now they're on Axis. There are a million TV channels. So even if AEW loses the TBS deal, they'll
They
no
can still go
longer,
elsewhere.
yeah, they'll no longer be as big as they were when they first came in the business and got the Turner deal, but they'll still be around. I guarantee that they'll get another TV deal like TNA did. TNA's gotten so
Yeah.
many freaking
So
lifelines over the years.
Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage, their TV deals all expire December 31st, 2024.
Mm.
So yeah. And you're right, they could get some, but can I ask you a question?
What?
If you were a TV company, okay, or a TV network.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Wrestling is there. I mean, wrestling isn't as big as it used to
So
be.
then, knowing that, let me ask you another question: what TV network do you think will pick them up?
Any of the minor networks, like just like with TNA, Pop
Hmm.
TV. Not saying Pop. I don't even know if Pop TV is still a thing, but I'm saying
It
look at
is.
all.
Pop TV is
Okay,
still a thing. I
well
still watch it.
look at all
They
the networks.
it's kind of like Ion Television. I don't know if you have Ion
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there in New
yeah. I
York.
know. I
It's
know
kind
what
of
I.
like that.
Yeah,
It's just like reruns of shows.
yeah.
Uh, and I know that Pop TV is airing um like Blue Bloods, Criminal Minds. Matter of fact, let me just get there. I'm gonna
If
show you. I'm gonna tell you what shows they air.
if
Cause
TV networks can be interested in TNA and Ring of Honor at the points
well,
in their time, they can definitely be interested in AEW. AEW will definitely find a TV deal,
oh, okay, but to that
but not a
statement,
major one. It probably won't be a major one because I know they're not doing too great business wise. So like the big companies like Fox or people like that, those companies like that, I don't think they'll get picked up. See, WCW had their financial troubles at the worst possible time, like right before, like literally through 4 years after WCW went under, TNA lost their FSN deal and went
yeah,
straight to internet. They went straight to internet to keep themselves alive. And
yeah,
like that's the thing too. Now it's not even just internet. You have streaming services where
they
you
could
can
go to
end up on. Yeah,
that's another thing. They could go to a streaming
yeah,
service. They could go
yeah.
to. They could go to. Well, they can't go to. They're not going to go to Peacock, and they're probably
No,
not going to go to Netflix because
of
WWE's
course
got
not.
those
No,
two
those two
locked up.
ones. Yeah.
They're locked up. I could see them maybe going to Max. I could
Oh
see
yeah.
them maybe going to Hulu. I
If
could
they
see
go to
them.
Max though,
Well, I
if
mean,
they
Hulu might be questionable because I know that WWE main event airs on Hulu, so they may not even be on Hulu. But
if they go to Max, then they might as well still just stay on the Turner networks because
mhm,
that's Warner Brothers Discovery. That's their. That's their.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that might be best. I mean, let's face it. Not every wrestling promotion can be a TV promotion. Some of them have to be on streaming services, and I think that AEW would probably serve best under a streaming service.
If
Uh,
W if WCW had their financial problems in like 2005 instead of like 99 2000, they'd probably still be around today. They probably would have followed the TNA mold. Like, we're gonna
maybe,
stream. They were the first wrestling company to do anything to broadcast any type of way online. They
yeah,
did. They did the non pay per view shows. They actually broadcasted a house show, audio only, but they broadcasted only audio only house shows
hmm
on their internet, so they knew they were ahead of their curve there.
yeah.
If
T-
they had their financial problems and lost the Turner deals in 2005, they'd still be around today. I guarantee they would have went the audio, no, not the audio. They would have went the internet way. They probably after that would have turned that into the Spike TV deal that TNA got. And remember, if WCW's still around, Jeff Jarrett's still with them, so TNA never happens. So that's probably what would
there's
happen.
a lot of what ifs in this scenario.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah.
and my thing about the what if scenario is we could play that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
the
It'll
when you
never
look at the
happen. Yeah.
right,
It'll never
what
happen.
happened in the what happened happened, and you can't go. Unfortunately, you cannot go back
But
and rewrite history.
my point is WCW just started to have bad financial issues at the worst possible time. They were just a
Yeah.
few years away from being able to stream on internet
Uh.
and all stuff like
Well,
that.
I mean,
If they would have tried internet in like 2001, there would have been too much. Like the streams
mm,
would have been horrible and
yeah,
all
you're
that.
right.
Yeah,
The yeah
I don't even know.
the
I've never watched
the
any of
video quality would have been trash,
Oh yeah, oh
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
It probably was too though for TNA when they did it in '05. I don't know.
Probably,
I've never
probably.
watched any of their
I
internet.
have I do have one match that I've saved from one of those NWA weekly pay-per-view shows that they used to do, and
Yeah,
it's April Hunter versus Bruce for the Miss NWA slash
yeah.
TNA
I remember that
crown.
match. Yeah, I
So I
remember.
have that match saved up. So um, I have a whole bunch. By the way, cool thing. Um, my YouTube channel, one of my YouTube channels that I had, it got cut.
Yeah,
It got
I
removed,
heard
right?
that. Yeah, you said that
So
yesterday.
it got brought back. So
Yeah,
it's back, and I have a bunch of matches on there. And there's actually one match in particular I was looking for everywhere on the internet. I knew I had it on this channel, but since I didn't have access to it, I couldn't, get the match. Well, I found it fine, or I finally was able to get my YouTube channel back, and when I got it, I was able to find that match, so I can watch that again. So Thank
Yeah.
goodness. But back to AEW.
That's
Uh,
another thing though. That's another thing though. Since you brought that up, WCW could have went to weekly pay per view.
mhm.
Which that's maybe that was their saving grace. If they could have did that in 2001, because that TNA did that literally a year later. That
So
was
you,
their legitimate saving grace. They if they would have thought of, and here's why they didn't do it. Eric Bischoff has talked about how he felt when TNA first announced they were doing that. Eric Bischoff thought that was a dumb idea.
mhm.
So there you go. That's why WCW never attempted it. It would
So
have
let's
saved them. It would have
you
saved them.
you want to go play what ifs? Let's play this. Let's play what if the WWF had um access to all the big WCW stars for that invasion angle.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay,
You and I
what?
both still love the invasion angle though, and
Oh
I will
yeah,
always
it
say
was
that was a
great.
great angle.
Facts. I love that. But if WWF had the access to the WCW legends, like just to name a couple,
Yeah,
NWO, Hulk Hogan, um, who else do I have on my? Maybe Sid Vicious. Even I'll even say Sid Vicious.
Goldberg,
Uh, Goldberg, right? Goldberg. I don't have
Sting,
a Goldberg picture, but
Sting.
by the way, all my photos that you see that I have, well,
Yeah,
not those two, but like um, those two that
yeah,
I have some over there. I have a couple hanging above my bed there.
yeah.
All those photos that you just that I was pointing out are on WWE.com. They're like little
Yeah.
plaques, and I also have
Yeah,
this
those are
thing right behind
fanatics.
me.
Those are
Out,
fanatics plaques.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I have a
and I have
fanatic. I have
that
a
as
couple.
well.
Yeah.
Do you know what roster that's from?
That's '03. We've talked about that poster before.
Yeah, buddy, I've had that one for a minute, and yeah, that and this thing. Like, and I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan at all. I don't really care for the movies or the book, but for some reason, I cannot rest without this thing. My Harry Potter blanket. It's weird. Uh, Tro's here in the building. Oh, damn. What's up, Tro? I was full screen too. AEW on True TV. Question from Impractical Jokers as champ. Or I'm sorry,
You.
Q from Impractical Jokers as champ. That would be hilarious, actually, and it would get them the mainstream media that they probably need
Yeah.
to succeed. But it's AEW. They don't want to tap into that market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I think,
they'd rather be a wrestling company where
yeah.
we put on 30-minute matches. We don't entertain people. We just entertain the
And then their I
wrestling
and
fans.
then their idea of an entertaining angle. See, guys, if you're AEW fans, you're not going to probably like this show today because we're just going to crap all over it. Let's be real. But their entertainment, their level or their idea of a storyline angle, beating the crap out of a boss
Now,
online.
see,
I mean,
I don't see a problem with that.
no, 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 no. But when the boss is Tony Khan, it, it's a money mark, and,
You
and
go
that's
with
for.
what works. You go with what works.
Mm,
That's Austin and McMahon. It worked with Austin and McMahon. Why not? Now, I'm not
McMahon,
saying
McMahon,
Tony
Mc,
Khan. Tony Khan cannot play the character that Mr. McMahon played. I will say that
no,
right now. But
no.
they going with what works. You end a show like that too. That's dramatic. I got
Right?
no problem with that. The one stupid thing that I have is fucking Tony Khan showing up to the draft with the neck
Yeah.
brace on, and making it like he's really injured. Like, bro, stop it. He's
True.
selling. He's selling. You sell on the show, not in
Yeah.
real life, bro. Stop with this
Tro
kayfabe
says some
shit.
people find that the type of wrestling AEW does is entertaining. Oh yeah, Frank, let's get into this, man. You and me, we're gonna have fun with that comment. The
I
type
mean,
of wrestling that they do, you know what he.
the type of wrestling that AEW does is the type of wrestling that every show does today.
Well, not only
Fucking,
that, but
we
it's
don't do storylines. We just have the guys go out there and wrestle all
we
day.
just had the guys go out there and do 450s and the
Mm.
720s and the Hurricane Planchas and the Swanton 455 80 degree
It's the
weathered
same shit
channel
that
type shit.
it's the same shit that every other wrestling company does, which is why it shocked me
Well, but no, because
how
WWE. Hang
yes it
on, hang
is,
on,
yes it is,
hang
yes it
on.
is.
No, 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 no.
Cody Rhodes finishing his story is not a fucking storyline. Get out of
Hang
here.
on. Oh,
That's a
whoa, whoa, whoa,
wrestling
whoa, whoa,
storyline.
whoa,
It's not a
whoa.
television
Frank,
story.
calm down, bro. Calm down,
Bro,
bro.
I'm telling you the truth, bro.
Calm down,
Pro
dog.
wrestling, every pro wrestling company is absolutely the same today. That's why it shocks me how everybody was in love with
It's the
AEW.
same situation as the Austin era has begun. What do you mean?
Yeah, but Austin was a much better character. He was way more entertaining than Cody Rhodes.
Oh, I.
And the Austin era had
What was? Wait, wait, wait,
the
wait,
Austin
wait,
era had
wait.
the
No, no, no,
McMahon
no.
feud.
Wait, no, no, no. Hold
Hold
on.
on.
No, no,
The
no. I got a
Austin era.
question.
Wait. Before you ask it, the Austin era had the McMahon feud as that was the storyline of the Austin era has begun. That feud, that's a television storyline right there. The guy beating up his boss. That was entertaining. This the shit with Cody Rhodes, that's just a fucking wrestling
No, no,
storyline.
no, no.
It was more than just Austin becoming a champ. It was more than you had that where Austin was going to become a champ, but you had an entertaining storyline connected to it where Austin and McMahon are feuding, and McMahon is trying to do everything he can to make sure that Stone Cold doesn't win that title. And
And
you
what
got
was the Cody storyline? The Bloodline was doing everything they could to make sure that Cody couldn't do it.
okay. It was still
So there we go.
yeah, but they did it way more entertaining with the McMahon and Austin stuff. It was like a television show. They don't do pro wrestling like it's a television show anymore. I'm telling you that right now.
So are you gonna sit there and tell me that when The Rock beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes on Monday Night
That
Raw
was
in the
cool.
freezing rain,
That was cool.
that was
Yeah.
okay? Are you gonna tell me that Rock and Roman beating the shit out of Seth and Cody on the go home show
There's more
was
to a
that
story. There's more to a storyline than just beatdowns, bro. There's more to a storyline than just beatdowns.
okay? Go back to that press conference that they did back in March.
These press conferences are so fucking stupid, bro.
Oh my
Again, they're
god.
trying to make it like it's real, like
It
it's a
was
fucking baseball
oh
game.
god
We
damn
have
it,
press
Frank.
conferences. The press conferences are fucking stupid. That's all I gotta say about that.
Frank, we're gonna have to fight, bro. You and me, it's gonna be Chris Brown versus Quavo, and I'm Chris Brown. I'm gonna whoop you. I'm
Bro, I'm
just
telling you, WWE is trash. AEW is trash. Again, shout out to Impact for bringing in Bun B the other day. Impact is trash. ROH is trash. It's the same thing as AEW. It's all trash. Pro wrestling today is fucking trash. That's all I gotta say.
wow.
That's all I gotta say.
Wow. Just damn, bro.
Yeah. And
Damn, bro.
that's why all of a sudden people are turning on AEW. AEW is literally doing the same shit they were doing day one when everybody was sucking them off. There's nothing has changed. They were talking about that they're going to revolutionize the pro wrestling business, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, wins and losses matter are going to matter in this." When they said that, I knew they weren't going to revolutionize anything. That's
When they
literally
said that, you knew when they said that, bro, your bullshit meter went ding 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 ding
I
ding.
knew AEW wasn't going to
It,
be for me. They're talking about they're
it,
going to revolutionize this shit, but then they're going to say the same shit that everybody else says. Wins and
what
losses
got
matter.
wins and losses matter. We're gonna have a ranking system that we actually
All that shit is
follow.
so
Get the
stupid.
fuck out of
All that
here,
shit, the
bro.
ranking system, bro.
Not you,
That tells
Frank.
you
I'm actually agreeing with you when I said
the
that.
ranking system just tells me we're a sport and we want to pretend like we're a sport and we are not going to give you any entertaining television.
Yeah, no.
That's what that ranking is, and that's what they told me when they said wins and losses are going to matter. And that's
When
why
AEW, but then to be fair, whenever they're gonna do something, whenever they do something like entertainment value wise, like if they were to do a beer truck into the arena thing or a milk truck into the arena thing or uh,
yeah, that's the
the
stupid
boss
thing about people always will say, "Oh, they're copying this and that. They're copying it." You go with what works. Like we were just talking about that segment where they attacked Tony Khan.
and
You
those
go
things
with
and those
what
things that
works.
and the trucks that they use, the milk truck and the beer truck, they were done once. It
Yeah.
was done once for each, and then
Plus, if when they do shit like that, like the pouring cement into Vince McMahon's car. Some of that shit costs a lot of money. Vince
Yeah.
Russo has talked about this before. When he went to TNA, he couldn't do the type of shit he was able to do in the Attitude Era because TNA will always tell him it's not in the budget. We can't do it. Of course,
Uh-huh.
he had Vince McMahon's money during the Attitude Era. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. You go to
Yeah.
TNA, it's not in the budget. And I know the cons are rich as fuck. I don't
It's
know if
just
they have the budget
they
to
probably
do
don't.
something
I
like
was gonna say, I was just about to say, and I know Tony has Daddy's checkbook, and he could write checks however much he wants, and that's it, they did the same for Eric Bischoff at WCW. They gave him Ted's checkbook and said, "Go ahead." How'd
that.
that turn out? WCW, where are they at today?
They had guys that didn't know how to run a business. That's the problem. That, as I will say, that has nothing to do with what they were presenting on television. These guys did not know how to run shit behind the scenes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
I mean, the
business
wrestlers
wise.
in the ring. I mean, they were competent. I mean, they were okay.
The
I mean,
storylines they were doing
hmm
were entertaining.
yeah.
It's not,
But
as
but
I've
but
said
but
it
but
all the time.
but I think you got to agree with this one, Frank, and we could talk about some. We could talk about this. Um, but that NWO storyline, it worked from like '96 until
Oh yeah, once they started bringing in the Vincents and all these guys who weren't stars, it became weird. I
well
agree.
that. But I also think that a storyline it should run for a while. Absolutely.
Not that long.
No,
Like
exactly.
4 years. It's like
Exactly.
four
The
years.
bloodline lasted for, well, let's see, it really started off in 2021. And then 2022, Sammy was involved, or that's when he was introduced. And then 2023, Sammy turned on the bloodline, or the bloodline turned on Sammy, I should say. And then after WrestleMania, the bloodline turned on the Usos. And then uh, one
I've said
Uso turned on the other Uso and rejoined the bloodline. Yeah, it was.
I
Yeah.
wasn't watching at the time, but I've watched highlights of the Bloodline era, and I've told you this before. I watched that whole WWE put a video on YouTube of like the whole storyline
Hmm.
as to where it was at the time. It was like an
Yeah.
hour plus video. I watched it. I'm like, this is a pretty good angle. But
Yeah.
one, but the difference is
And
back.
it's still continuing. It's still continuing. They're still able to keep it fresh. And I think that's what they try to do with the NWO with adding all these people. They try to keep NWO
But
fresh.
they
I
were
think that's what they
adding
did. But they were adding people that nobody gave a shit about.
exactly. That's
They
the point.
added
These
the
guys were not
Vincents.
stars. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tro says
Um,
this: the Attitude Era came out in the perfect era. It would never work like that again. The world's just too different from it.
That doesn't have
That's
it doesn't
trash.
have to be the attitude era. You can
No,
do these entertaining televised television type of storylines
ruthless
without
aggression.
yeah,
Ruthless aggression was a
exactly.
less tone was a much
Exactly.
toned down version of the Attitude Era. I mean,
Yeah.
you had
And
your
then
Rock
and
and
then
John Cena.
but even the problem is the pro wrestling fans of today don't want to believe it's a storyline. They want to
Yeah,
believe what they're seeing is 100% real. That's why they hated on the Katie Vick storyline. Bro, the Katie Vick storyline is the type of shit you'd see on any dramatic TV show where somebody dies because they got drunk at a party and they got into a car accident. You would see shit like that on a fucking television show, bro. Now, look, the scene where they had Triple H in the Kane mask and he did all that to that was wrong. I will say that was wrong. But the premise of that storyline, and
you had me nervous there, Frank. I'm not
that
gonna
was a
lie.
damn good storyline. We've talked about this a million times. That was a damn good storyline with the exception of that one scene. But that is the type of shit that you would see on any dramatic television show outside of that the one scene where they fucked up. But
But
um,
I also
people want to believe this shit is real, so they get all mad about that. When you actually bring real stuff into it like that, they want to believe this is a competition and these fights actually matter. Hey, get the fuck out of here, man.
well they want like a I don't think they want it to be so heavily scripted like a Law and Order or like a Criminal Minds or
But
like
it's the
a
same damn thing. It is literally the same damn thing.
No,
It's a
no.
television show.
Hang on. No,
It
no,
is
no,
a
no. No, no,
television
no,
show. It's
Frank.
not a sport. It's not a
No, hang
fucking
on.
sport. No,
Frank,
it
hang
is the
on.
same thing. I don't care what you say. It's the same
Frank,
thing.
Frank. Wow, wow, really, Frank.
Yes,
Wait, wait,
I've
wait, wait,
said
wait,
this
wait.
tons
Shut
of
up
times.
for a second. Let me talk.
Don't tell me to shut up, bro. Don't tell me to shut up.
Shut up.
No. You say that, I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm gonna talk over you
Okay.
if you're gonna
Well,
say
let
it.
me finish. All right,
Okay,
let
go
me
ahead. Go
finish because we're getting
ahead.
heated. Let's calm down a minute here. We're both getting a little
I'm
heated.
calm. I'm
Let's
calm,
okay.
bro.
Shut up. I'm just kidding. No,
We're getting heated, but yeah, we're laughing. We're not really heated.
facts. We're not
We're just
mad.
it's just something you're passionate about.
Facts.
When you
You don't turn on control, Jerry. True. You're gonna have to do two different YouTube channels for the FCT. No. When you turn on the Big Bang Theory, when you turn on Criminal Minds, when you turn on Law and Order Special Victims Unit, you don't see them putting their bodies on the line like that,
that's
like they
because
do.
okay. When you say that, they have fucking stuntmen. If they ever now Big Bang Theory, that's not that's a
You're
sitcom.
right.
That's not
That's
a
kind
drama
of
show.
that's.
But the
But they've had
drama,
comedy. But they've had comedy segments, so that's why I have to be Big
yeah,
Bang in there.
yeah. I don't consider even though there's comedy segments, I don't consider pro wrestling as a sitcom. I consider it more as a dramatic television show.
Okay.
But the thing when you
I
do
would think. I would
any
think
type of
pro.
fight scenes, any type of fight scenes where they're flying in midair, like somebody gets thrown, they have stunt doubles. Pro wrestlers don't have their own stunt doubles. There's
Yeah,
no
but the
doubt.
stunt doubles don't get injured. They don't get injured
Oh,
body.
they do, they do, they do.
Okay.
And
Well,
in fact,
I'll also
let me tell you
say.
something. Let me tell you something. There's a scene in Angel where David Boreanaz did not actually have a stunt double, and he actually got hurt. It was in
Oh
like
wow.
season 5. He got thrown out of a window or something, or a glass thing. He gets thrown out of that, and he like injures his foot. And you can see in some of the season 5 episodes, he does a lot of sitting down because his foot is injured. So the actors
Oh
get hurt. They definitely get hurt
well,
doing it.
yeah.
And
Uh, uh,
stunt doubles definitely get hurt. If the stunt they're doing is ridiculous and something goes wrong, those stunt guys are gonna get hurt. It's just simple. It's very similar to pro wrestling.
it's
The wrestlers may be safe, but if they're trying to do shit like the 450s and all that, something can go wrong. Yeah,
it's
it's sports
sports
entertainment.
entertainment
Like
like the Globetrotters. Yeah,
it's sports
I would
entertainment.
say
But I view it
I
more
would
as
say it,
entertainment than
but
sport.
he says it's like a drama. I would say it's
Yeah.
more like I would compare it more to like reality television.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the Fear Factor or
That's
um.
still television. That's still a dramatic television show. I would consider a like Jersey Shore. I would consider that a dramatic television show. They have a lot of drama scenes in that show.
Oh
That's why
God.
it's fucking entertaining as hell.
Can we change the subject here for a second? Just talk about reality TV. Cause holy shit.
Depends on what.
Do you watch a lot of reality TV?
Not really. I like Jersey Shore because there's a lot of drama in Jersey Shore. You think that's funny? It's a great show. It's better than anything pro wrestling's doing today. I'll tell you that right now.
So I'm gonna tell you the reality shows that I used to watch.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot. I don't even watch a lot of TV anymore, to be honest. I listen to podcasts. I listen to music, and if there's like a show or something, I'll watch it on the streaming services or NCIS when they air new episodes on Mondays. I'll watch it because my uncle's over and we'll just watch it together because he likes
Yeah.
NCIS as well. But if
Okay.
he doesn't come over on a Monday, I usually just stream it on Paramount Plus. But um, the shows that I used to watch back in the day, reality shows, and I don't
Okay.
know how many of these shows you know, Frank. So let me know if you've heard of any of these.
I'm probably
But
heard of all. It doesn't mean I've
they
seen them.
were all on like V. The shows I watched were all on like VH1 major for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
Uh, I Love New York. You remember that show?
What was that about?
So I Love New York was actually a spin-off of Flavor of Love.
Oh, okay.
If
I
you
know Flavor of Love. I know Flavor
Okay,
of Love.
so New York was one of the contestants on the Flavor of Love, right?
Oh, okay.
And she never won Flav's heart, so compensation for that was we'll give you your own show.
Right. Okay.
So she got her own
So she,
show,
so she must have
and
been one of the better characters on.
yes, well she spit
Okay.
on. Well, no, she got spit on by another contestant on
Really?
Flavor of Love.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
do.
came. It was down to three of them, whatever, and one of them got eliminated. And so she hugs one of the girls, and then she looks up New York, and they're talking shit, and all of a sudden you you just hear her. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you or whatever, and New York is like, do it, stop you, bitch, do it, right? And
Yeah.
so the chick, just hocks a fucking loogie and just goes and
Ew.
just spit on. Yeah, it was disgusting. And
Can't get
and,
away
and
with
New
that
York,
today.
it took like all the cameramen
Yeah.
and Flav holding her back, like, no, don't kill her. She's gone, she's out. And Flavor's like, now you got to go for real. That was fucked up. Now you really got to now you got to get up out of here. So yeah, so New York they got her show, um, and actually she had two seasons, and in the second season we were introduced to a future WWE superstar,
David Otunga.
David Otunga, and
That was
his
a
nickname.
guess. It was a
Yeah,
guess.
no, you right. And he made it all the way down to the final three.
It was
So
a damn good guess, man.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So he was like a lawyer too. He was very
Yeah, he was.
intelligent,
I
good
know that
looking.
about him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that about him.
And actually, on Flavor of Love season two, they brought back two contestants from season one to interview the contestants from season two, and the two that they brought back from season one were Chance and Real. And if you've never seen I Love New York, let me
I've
just tell
never.
you, Chance is one of those dudes. He's like a thug, but he's like a Chihuahua type thug. Like just oh, what? I bang, homie, I bang, and he's doing all these like gang signs, like what? Quit, what? Quit. I'm sure I'm not. I hope I'm not doing anything. But just
Doesn't look like
making all
no.
these signs. Okay, making all these signs. Like what? I'm gonna fuck you up, homie. I'm gonna fuck you up. What? What you want to do, dog? I got my Bloods with me. I got my Crips with me. What? What? Like just like barking, right? And so that was him in season one. So in season two, and he lost. And then in season two, they brought him back, and he was interviewing the contestants. And one of the contestants he had to interview was David Otunga, right,
Oh,
aka Punk.
was
And
he?
Punk is like, look, I'm looking at this. They had like interview segments with the guys,
Yeah.
and so Punk was in his interview was like, I'm looking at this guy Chance, and he is just barking at me. I'm like, man, I could put you down just like that. Like you are a little chihuahua. Shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
He goes, and so he thinks I'm gonna be intimidated by him. I'm not. I'm not gonna be intimidated by him, right? And so Punk is asking him all these questions. He's like, "Where you from?" And Punk just claps back with, "Well, where are you from?" And he's like, "What's that mean, dog?" He goes, "What do you think it means, dog?" And like one of them flips the table over, and like it was just
Bro,
madness.
you
And
know
then
what, this gangster character on this show is reminding me of
what?
one of my favorite like one time only South Park character. Oh, you don't watch South Park, but this dude is hilarious. This dude, you gotta watch this. This dude is
I'm gonna see.
hilarious.
Yeah, and then like also in season two, shit got really crazy because there was a white boy who
Yeah.
actually wound up winning the whole competition, and his
Okay.
name was Taylor Made, right?
Okay.
And this white boy, he kind of was a snake. Okay, let's just say that he was a snake.
All
And
right.
that at one point, somebody else was supposed to go on a date with New York, and he stole the date from the guy. I mean, that kind of shit.
Oh.
He was
Okay.
that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
And so at one point, this dude Buddha, who's like a big, jacked up bodybuilder type. Now Taylor Made's about as skinny and scrawny as I am, okay?
Right.
And so he's like, "Why the fuck would you do that, man? And like, why would you just screw cheesy? Like, that's not cool, bro. Like, what the fuck?" And what happened?
Hang on a minute. Okay. Oh, you're back. You're
What
back.
happened?
You froze up.
I'm back. Yeah. Yeah. So did you, and then all of a sudden everything just went gone.
You froze up on my end. I didn't freeze up on my end, but I guess we
Oh.
both. Well, I guess we both froze up on each other's end. I wonder how
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna look
Well, anyway,
on the video.
that'll be interesting. But no, like I was saying, so he's talking this. So he's asking him like why you would screw cheesy, like that wasn't cool, and blah blah blah. And he goes and like he Taylor May says something to the effect of "fuck you, man," right? And he goes, "What? What'd you just say?" He goes, "Yeah, fuck you. I know what you're about." And so then as soon as he says that, he like shoves something in his face, like a salad bowl in his face or something like that. And he starts running away from the dude because he knows he's about to get that ass whooped,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the black dude, so Buddha is chasing the dude, right? And he ends up meeting him on a freaking staircase, right? And he's got this dude. I mean, this dude's backed up against the wall, like what? And he just all this dude Buddha did was took his palm, and just went boom and slammed the dude's head against the freaking wall.
Damn.
And it was crazy. Oh my! I'm gonna see if I can find a clip of that.
Um,
My God,
was it
it
gonna?
was like
Oh,
what?
two of my favorite uh reality TV shows from the 2010s on True TV. Now I have no interest in the job the these are like job type of business type. I don't really have interest in like pawn shops or tow truck driving, but when it's a reality TV show and they add drama to it, it made for two awesome reality TV shows on the same network around the same time. Hardcore Pawn and
Yeah,
Lizard Lake Towing. Those are
uh,
two of my favorite. Now hold on before you show this. This is
and I
from a
had the
TV.
sound turned down too. So
It doesn't matter if you have the sound turned down. If you're showing the picture, that's copyright, bro.
I don't think we'll get hit with this. This was years ago.
No, don't just because it was years ago doesn't mean you're gonna get copyright. Don't show
I,
it. Don't show
no,
it.
I'm
Don't
gonna
show it.
show it because here.
No, don't show,
Let's
it, bro.
see. Well, let's see if there's copyright on
It
it.
doesn't
Let's
matter
see.
what it says down there, bro. We can get copyright. I'm telling you. Don't show it. Don't show it.
I'll just speed it up to this part.
No, don't show it. Don't show
Uh,
it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm done with freaking having to edit our videos because they get copyrighted.
but basically it was just a crazy fight, and it was
Yeah.
just it
You can
was
show it to me. You can show it to me after we go off air.
I'll show you after, yeah. But so that happened, and Taylor made, and they had to kick Buddha out because you can't have physical contact on the show. So then
Right.
he had to go, but they brought him back only to
Yeah.
come in second place to Taylor Made. So he
Okay.
still ended up losing. And
Okay.
then there's a show on MTV I watched, and I only watched a season of it, and not even a full season, just just 2 episodes of it really, and not even full 2 episodes, just clips.
Okay.
And it was a shot at love, Attila Tequila.
Oh,
And
yes, yes, yes. I remember that. Yes.
so one of the clips I watched was there were these two big dudes, and they were fighting or whatever, they were arguing, and one dude just bam head butted the other dude, split his fucking lip. Oh,
Damn.
it was nasty. When I tell you he split his lip, like the inside of his lip gone, pretty much. Like his teeth, his bottom two teeth, done. It was yeah.
Wow.
He and so the so they both ended up leaving the show, and then they did like a reunion show, and they were so worried that there was going to be a confrontation between the two that they put the dude that headbutted the other guy in a cage just to make sure he didn't do anything. That dude was crazy.
It's like a
That
shark
dude,
cage match. Like a shark cage match.
sort of, yeah. Um, and then there was a show called I Love Money, which took contestants from I Love New York and Real Chance of Love
Hmm.
and basically all the dating shows of VH1.
Right.
They put all these contestants on I Love Money throughout different seasons, and one of the seasons never ever aired.
Hmm.
because the contestant that wound up winning the whole thing actually I'm actually gonna
Died?
find it.
He died.
No, worse. Well, I think
Worse than dying. What's worse than dying?
well, he committed murder.
Oh shit.
Yeah, hang on. I'm
Wow.
gonna make sure I get my facts right before I split it. Before I just talk about this.
And
Um,
what around like what time was this?
um,
2010s? 20...
hang on a second.
I got
Uh,
something after we
Season three. It was season three that was redacted,
okay.
and it must have taken place. Um, so it says here, I Love Money 3, season 3 would have been a follow up to the previous season of the show. The contestants were to be selected from other VH1 shows, as I just mentioned. Uh, I Love Money was set to air in January of 2010,
Oh,
but in
okay.
August of 2009, VH1 canceled any showings of season 3 due to Ryan Jenkins'
Mm,
involvement in the murder of Jasmine Fior.
yeah. Wow.
And
Okay. After we're done with the reality TV, I just thought of two topics that I've seen today that I want to talk about and discuss, but keep going. Go ahead.
so, Fior, so investigators reported that Jenkins and Fior checked into the uh, El Alberg Hotel in Del Mar, San Diego, on the evening of August 13, 2009. They were to attend a poker tournament, a charity fundraiser for the, is that Kama? I think so. Karma. I'm sorry, Karma Foundation at the Del Mar Hilton. Surveillance video captured Flores and, or I'm sorry, captured Fior and Jenkins leaving the Hilton at about 2:30 a.m. on August 14th.
Mm,
The couple were later seen at the Ivy Hotel, a nightclub in downtown San Diego. At around 4:30 a.m., Jenkins returned to the Lauberg Hotel alone. Fior was not seen alive again. Jenkins left the hotel at around 9 a.m. that day.
mm,
Fior's body was discovered but not identified on August 15th at about 7 a.m., badly beaten and crushed inside a suitcase in a dumpster in an alley in Buena Park, California. According to
damn.
Buena Park police, Fior's teeth and fingers had been removed before her nude body was stuffed into the suitcase. She had also been strangled, and authorities believe that the mutilation was an attempt to impede identification. On August 18th, her remains were identified using the serial numbers of her breast implants.
Oh
I always
wow.
thought those things were useless, but I guess not. Um, Speed this up here. At around 9 a.m. on August 16, 2009, the day after reporting Fior missing and after spending some time packing, Jenkins was seen leaving their penthouse for the last time. Police said he then left LA and went to Nevada to pick up his speedboat. On August 17th, when contacted by police, Jenkins said he was in Utah and was headed to Canada to resolve some immigration issues. On August 18th, Fior's body was identified and the murder was first reported. Um, uh, Okay, so basically here on August 20th, Jenkins was charged with Fior's murder and an arrest was issued. The same day, Jenkins called his detained father at the airport, but his father had to hang up the call. And then Ryan um, he committed the S word, which we're not going to say on here, but you know what it
When
is.
when did he do that?
He offed himself. Uh, um,
It had to be like around the time, right? Because he didn't want to go to jail, right?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
you do
yeah.
that. Yeah. So it had to be around the time that all this was going down. They was looking to arrest him.
When did he do it? I'm trying to. Oh, Uh, on August 23rd.
Okay, so only a few days after the murder.
Yeah.
Wow.
His body was hanging from a clothes rack by a belt.
Gosh.
No note was was found at the motel. However, police found a document saved on Jenkins' computer titled "Last Will and Testament," which was dated August 20th, 2009. So
So he was planning this right after he did it. He was
I
planning to
guess.
do that. Yeah.
So I Love Money season 3 never aired because of that. But that I watched that one. That was actually a pretty solid show. Just seeing all these kind of contestants coming together like that and it was really entertaining. They did have a season 4 that aired. Um,
Okay. So
so
technically, that season 4 is really season 3.
yeah. What did you want to discuss?
So there's two topics that are very crazy. For one, this one happened in New York, so in my area. I don't know
Okay.
how close to my area, but in New York, it involves a streamer named Neon, and apparently one of his recent streams, which this guy's like one of the most hated streams. There's a lot of YouTube streamers that
I
get
think I've heard
hate.
of this guy, but continue.
Yeah, yeah. You probably have. His name is spelled N3ON or something like that. So instead of an E, it's a three. Um, so in one of his
Is he
recent,
like a child streamer or whatever?
he used to be, but now he's like 19, 20 years old now.
Okay.
And, so this dude
Hmm.
was hanging out with this guy who's a criminal, and like he commits crimes like driving
Right.
ridiculously too fast. And this is what they were doing. They were both in a car. This motherfucker, not Neon, the other guy who's driving, is wearing a fucking helmet like he's on a motorcycle. You know the motorcycle helmets, right? He's wearing this while he's in the car driving,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's speeding on the highway and like looking to get into trouble, and he ends up rear-ending a taxi and just keeps moving on, freaking hit and run. And the end of the
Oh
clip,
boy.
that I heard, like as they kept moving on, the cops were literally on their ass. Like a few minutes later, you can hear sirens. So
Hmm.
I have no idea what
I heard
happened.
him in your background there.
What are you talking about?
I heard sirens going off in your background
There
just
were
a
no
few
si-
minutes ago.
there were no sirens going off. But
Watch the video back. You'll see what I'm talking about.
if there were sirens, I would have heard them. But
Hmm.
anyway, yeah. So these dudes just going around like legitimately putting, like, this dude had a helmet on for his safety. Freaking
Give me 2 seconds.
okay.
I gotta grab my nail clippers. I'll be right back. I got dead
Right.
skin that's bugging me. You can continue. I'm still listening.
Okay, so this dude's got a helmet on for like his safety, but meanwhile, you know, people, when they're in their vehicles, they're not wearing fucking motorcycle helmets. They don't expect to get rear-ended by some crazy dude who's driving down the highway looking to get into accidents. So like, that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen a YouTube streamer do, and YouTube streamers have done crazy shit. Maybe it's not even the craziest, because gosh, YouTube streamers do a lot for clout. They do a lot
True.
for clout. And like for me, I don't see nothing wrong with going around in stores causing chaos as long as you're, not putting people at risk. Like to me, that's minor shit. Like what Jack Daugherty used to do. For anybody who knows Jack Daugherty, it's funny. Jack Daugherty used to go to a Walmart that I used to work in, and I actually watched one of his YouTube buddies do a backflip, like literally right in front of me. Not like right in front of me, but I was literally right there. And I remember seeing it on his YouTube video. I was like, oh shit, I remember when that happened. But anyway, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like that whole, if you're doing that, that's fine. But now even Jack Doherty's grown up to the point where like he doesn't even do that shit no more. He just goes around and essentially just bugging people looking for fights. Like he'll freaking walk
Because
up. He
that's
wants
much better. That's
Yeah,
much better.
he once walked up to a guy like this, like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do?" And then like his bodyguard walked in front of the guy when the guy was ready. Like, what is this guy doing to
Oh,
me?
so
Oh,
he's a
you want
pussy. He can't even fight his own. He can
to?
start shit, but he can't
he
fucking
even
do it.
he got punched once on stream
Okay.
too. But yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well,
Like
good. That's dope stuff.
these people will do anything for clout. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like you will legitimately put yourself in danger, even if you got a helmet on. I don't know if the helmet, if you get into a serious accident, I don't know what that helmet's gonna do, but you're putting everybody in danger, man. You're putting your life in danger. You're putting anybody who was on that highway, their life was in danger. I hope that the taxi cab because he rear-ended a taxi cab. I hope that the driver of that and anybody who might have been in there are all okay. Um, that's crazy.
I hope
Now,
they sue.
oh, they probably will. You never know. And it's funny, like Neon went out, and when I looked this up, when I found out this happened, I looked this up. And like Neon put it as like a short on his YouTube channel. It's like, bro, you're proud of this? You're proud of just committing crimes on stream? Like,
Yeah.
and well, I was in the passenger side. There's not much I could do. I couldn't jump out of the car, and so there's not much you could have did. But yet you still go out and like promote this shit on your YouTube channel. He put it on his
Right.
own. Like he could have deleted the live if he really like didn't want to do this shit and he feels bad, but he could have deleted that live. But not only is that live, I guess it's still up somewhere. I don't know, but it's also now a short on his YouTube, and I think there's also a long like 11-minute video on it on his YouTube
Huh.
too. So but anyway, the second thing I want to talk about, this is absolutely ridiculous. The reaction for some that I saw on Facebook. I wish I had
Oh boy.
the actual post with me where the comments, but I remember the comments. I only saw this like right before we went on, not too long before we went on live. So of course it's the NHL playoffs. Hopefully the Islanders can make history, come back down 3-0. But that's not what I want to talk about here. So a hockey player by the name of a former hockey player, I should say, by the name of Ryan Whitley, who
Okay.
is making a reputation for himself as one of the most hated people in the hockey community for some of the shit he does, and he uh he's continuing it. I think this was yesterday he posted this on X. So he's continuing to try to keep that reputation as one of the most hated guys on X. So the Leafs, of course, lost again to the Bruins. The Bruins are up, I believe, 3-1, and the history here between the Bruins and Leafs, their postseason history is all Bruins. The Bruins almost always smack the Leafs around, including about a decade or so ago. The Bruins came back down 3-0 and beat the Leafs. Well, after their Game 4 victory, Ryan Whitley tweeted out an AI generated tweet where it's a bear in a Boston Bruins jersey. I believe that's a Marchand jersey, and a bear in a Leafs jersey that is clearly meant to be a woman because the Leafs jersey bear is also wearing a skirt and has a pocketbook laying next to it. So this is happening on the ice. It's literally like in a hockey stadium. And
How long was that podcast?
what?
How long was that for?
We're gonna be done soon.
You go to one job?
Yeah,
Okay. Let me know, okay?
yeah. So the
You gotta
Bruin bear.
go.
No. The Bruin
Okay.
bear. Let me put this as PG as I can. The Bruin bear is
Please.
mounting the leaf, the Maple Leafs bear, and the Maple Leafs bear has a tear running down its eyes. So you can see, like,
Oh, that sounds a little.
it's clearly like this screams what he's going for screams non-consensual, absolutely screams non-consensual, and somebody on X clapped back at him and it was like, I hope you know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
froze up again.
Okay, well, you froze up too. You're frozen right now. What the hell?
You froze up again.
Yeah, you're frozen right now. Hang on, let me hold on.
Hang on, folks. Sorry about.
There
I
we
don't know
go. There
what's
we go.
going on here.
There we go. You're working.
What the heck?
You see me?
You there?
Yeah, I'm there. You don't see me? Hold on.
You're frozen, dude.
Yeah, I. You don't see me? What the hell's going?
Um, something's going on here. I don't know what it is. There you. I see you now.
Yeah, I've been seeing you this whole time. I've been okay. So
You're when you watch the stream back, you'll see what I'm doing. What I'm talking about.
yeah, I've been seeing and hearing you, but you were when you thought I was frozen, you were frozen for a short time. And then you came back and kept saying I was frozen, but meanwhile I'm not frozen. I don't understand what that's going on. But anyway, so
Hang
just
on.
in
Let me
case,
go. Let me see how it's looking on our YouTube. Because I'll just look it up on here real quick. Let's see. Uh, okay, hang on. I'll tell you how it's looking on YouTube. Was it me? Were my parents screwing with the Wi-Fi? Hang on. I don't understand what's going on. I think it might be on my end. And if it is, that's really annoying.
all right. So if it's on your end, I guess I
Yeah, I
don't
think it
have.
might be on my end because I'm trying to watch this and
Yeah, I just
it's
saw it too. You were pausing and shit on the stream, but so I don't have to
damn it!
re-explain. I don't
Hang on a
have to.
sec. Frank,
Okay.
talk to people for a minute. Talk to people for just a second.
All right. So you just gotta give us a minute here. I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, Christian's just making a phone call to somebody that probably asking about the Wi-Fi. So just give us a minute. He'll be back. And of course, if you're watching this on demand, just fast forward a few minutes. If you're watching it live, well, just give us a minute. We're sorry here.
I'm back. I'm back.
All right, all right. So
So
so I don't even.
we pay for this high tech internet, and you'd think we would have better, but whatever.
Yeah. So I don't.
We have like
I
a
don't
whole
even.
bunch of internet.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So if it's just your end, I don't have to explain everything I just said. But again, this thing just screams out SA. It really does. It's a bad
Yeah,
look for anybody to post that on social media. But the first time I saw a post that talked about it, there were people actually defending it. I couldn't believe that. There's a guy like, where does it say in the post that it's meant to be SA? And it's like, it actually has to say in the post that it's meant to be SA for it to be SA.
Do you
Like
have eyes? If you have
right, like
eyes, you can see.
the Maple Leafs bear is literally got a tear running down. If it's consensual, there's no tears. That's the
Right.
worst part. That is the worst part
Well,
about it.
there could be the tears good. The tears could indicate that it's so good. Come on, don't be
That's
stupid.
yeah, and there are people like, oh, you can't take a people can't take a joke nowadays. It's just a joke. Like, oh my goodness, like
So
I
sexual
don't know,
assault's a joke now? Is that what we're doing?
I don't
I
know
mean,
how
that's what
you.
I would clap back with.
Yeah, I
I know
wasn't
you're
talking.
not saying any of that.
No,
I know.
I wasn't even talking to anybody. I was just reading the comments, so I wasn't looking to.
Yeah.
I wasn't interacting with the comments. I was just
Mm.
looking at them.
You
Yeah,
can't interact with morons like that. They're morons. So
it's
uh,
crazy.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for this episode of Seibel Shoots.
And don't forget,
If
we
you
got
like the video, go
and
ahead.
don't forget we got some new episodes coming up. In fact,
We do.
very soon, me and Tro will be recapping the Mets month of April. April is only 2 days away from ending, so me and Tro will be doing that. Hopefully not soon as it could be, but me and Tro will also be recapping the Islanders Hurricane series. Hopefully there's 3 more games to go, and hopefully the Islanders will win all 3 of those, because that would be one hell of a damn recap. I'll tell you that. And if that's the case, we will also be previewing the Islanders Rangers playoff series. That will be fucking phenomenal. We also have the WrestleMania 17 review coming up. I don't know when we're gonna do that, but that's our next review.
Hmm.
So yeah, a lot of stuff
Well,
to.
and Tro and I are going to be reviewing.
Oh yeah. Again now Trove's doing it. Now Trove's
Yeah,
doing it.
he
Yeah,
is. He's.
that's part of the time period. Does Trove not know that? But honestly, if it's 2005, I'm not that. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
can
It
do.
is from like.
Yeah,
It's No
it's
Way
No
Out
Way Out
05.
2005. Yeah, No Way Out 2005. You guys can do that. Oh 05, I'm not mad about.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Anything,
Oh.
anything WWE, if it's WWE wise, anything 97 to oh 04, I got to be in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, anything WCW, I got to be in on it.
Yep.
Anything TNA depends on how I feel about the show, I guess. But I would like to be on anything TNA unless it's like today. Uh, but
Yeah. Uh.
yeah, just now it's Tro. It used to be you that would just randomly throw out shows after I said, bro, like let me be in on those type of shows. Now Tro's the one because I originally said it was 97 to 05 because 97 to 05 is my favorite WWE time
And then
period.
after
But
after No Way Out 05, we got we got Survivor Series 2020. And that's
yeah,
when that
you
comes.
remember I commented on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys
So
can do that. I don't give a
uh
damn about that.
so tune in. We got more content coming, boys and girls. We've only just begun. Till next time. He's Frank. I'm out. We out.
Yeah.
Deuces.